So what I'm about to do right now is take you through the entire process and my thought process on how we got into this trade. So we're going to look at London session, but not only that, we're going to look at how we incorporate the entire strategy, mindset, multiplication, and management into one single trade. Remember, if you don't stay till the end, you're not going to get the full value of what's available in this particular session. Let's get started. So starting at the 4 hour, I'm going to do my structure based on the last swing breakdown and kind of see where it stopped at the point of London, which was about over there. So one of the key things I can see so far is that we've got this high and we have this low. So I'm going to just quickly replay the chart to where it was so we get a better view of how it looked this morning in London session. Okay. So now at this point, what is clear to us is that we have a range, right? A range in price. And I'm going to tell you what I was looking to see and what actually happened as well. So this is our swing structure points. So we'll type that on. Or rather, remember how we define the 15-minute on the 4 hour? Okay, so now that we got that points on, what we're going to do is we're looking also at where we are in the range, right? Where's our premium and where's our discount? So what we can see is our premium area starts here. So we'll call that the EQ, the equilibrium. And our last break structure was internal over here, so we'll have that on as well. Now, prior to this morning's price action, what I was looking for was a break below this. I'll explain a little later as to why I thought it would come down till there. But firstly, if you were doing this normally and you hadn't seen some of the price action that I saw yesterday, your expectation should be that price is going to come up from here and kind of reach for that point as a minimum, right? Now, what we did have is price broke down. However, it did not break lower than this low at that point. And so we didn't have a new low put in, therefore the same high still remains, right? And so this is sort of the multiplication part of mindset, multiplication, and management. We're starting with how the actual trade takes place. And this is a three-pronged approach. And sometimes you'll look more at management, sometimes you look more at mindset, sometimes more at multiplication, but all of them together in one accord when actually taking trades. So let's look at that, right? We'll go over to our 15-minute, and what do we see? Let me kind of point out what I see so far. So number one, prior to me thinking it's going to go down, the expectation was to go higher than this. Why? Because price has put in a low and is now trying to make a lower high. That's the expectation. But you'll see where mindset and multiplication comes in soon. Remember to stay to the end if you want to see the value. Okay. So before London session opens up this morning, which New York time, where I like to do it is start at 2 a.m. in the morning, New York time. My expectation is that we should break there. And then if I'm looking at the last break up, I'm going to take this line off. The last break up on the 15-minute was this over here. So at the moment, my critical points is this breaker structure to the upside here, and my overall expectation that we should reach till there. Now, spoiler alert, we don't go there, but that's where the mindset aspect comes in. So what parts of this particular session is now significant to me? Well, I'm looking to get there and I want to trade from demand. Currently, we are in a supply zone. So I'm looking lower. I'm looking here. It's possible area to trade from. All right, we've got that demand zone there. We've also got that hidden one. So we'll cover both. Got a 15-minute demand zone, and we're looking to go higher over here. Notice, however, that prices try to go higher once, twice, and is now making its third approach to this particular one, right? Third attempt at going higher, and this is not building confidence in the overall analysis of going up to that point at this time. So what do we do in such a scenario? Well, one of the things we must tell ourselves is we're not trying to be seers. We're not trying to predict where the market will go. We're trying to assess and adjust to where it should go. So this morning I said to myself, expectation is to go higher into the equilibrium. However, should I see price go lower than this, I'm going to be concerned, as this is the last break up holding price up, right? Okay. Let's have a look at when price comes to the opening time in the morning. The session I like to trade. Right? If you trade London. So yeah, I would not be trading in my time. I would not be awake at that point yet. So I'm just getting up around about here. Okay. So what do we have now? So now I come to the chart, and what do I see? I see that the last zone, it was supposed to hold price to make it go higher, has broken. So what does this tell me? Well, this speaks to my mindset. My mindset has to change now. My mindset has to be willing to adjust to the current market conditions and say, wait, perhaps I was wrong, because look what I have now is a new break. You break a structure, right? And so we use a very systematic approach. We don't get caught up in everything. We use a very systematic approach, and we look at that and we say, okay, if we were going to go up, we should be holding the demand zones. Why are we breaking down now? Okay, but it's not session yet, right? It's not my time to trade. Still not. Price is going down. And okay, sessions open up. I'm going to bring it back a little more just so that we can get the full view of what happens. So at this point, I'm on the chart and I'm saying to myself, okay, where are we likely to go? Well, if supply is holding and demand is failing, then surely the direction is down. Let's draw on the supply zones here. Let's go a little lighter. So as you can see, there's this chain of supply zones holding and demand zones breaking. So I'm looking to be a seller, but where am I trying to sell to? Well, if we're not going higher, then we should be going lower. What else do I have? I have this double bottom. And if you learn mostly from YouTube or retail trading strategies, they're going to tell you that this is a strong support zone. Let me tell you a little secret. I trade towards those areas. I trade towards them because there are a lot of stop losses there, and I trade with the banks. Okay? So what do we have? Well, we've had mindset looked at, because number one, we got to be able to adjust to the market. We've also got multiplication looked at, because we are now setting out trades based on specific set of rules that you guys have been taught, both here on this YouTube channel and in our actual course. If you want to find out more about us, go to kingdomdaytraders.com. As you can see over here, kingdomdaytraders.com. And we believe in the principle of mindset, multiplication, and management. And we also believe in serving people. So go and have a look at that, or join one of our sessions where we'll have give you a little bit of insight to what we do, right? Some Zoom sessions. So let's have a look at this. This is what we got. So a supply zone that we would be wanting to look at is probably this one over here. I will do some refinements, and maybe even this one over here. Those are going to be the two areas we're looking to trade from. Now, we haven't touched management yet. We'll get into management right now. Based on what the market is telling us, we've got a breaker structure down. In fact, we have got two breaker structures down over here as well. And remember that overall, the 15-minute swing structure is bearish. And currently, we are failing to make new highs. So we're looking for downward pricing. I'll go to the 5-minute just to give more of a refinement to that actual zone. And on the 5-minute, I'll give two zones. So I'll say this one over here. And whenever there's a long wick, you can take a trade from the long wick as well. So I'll have those two zones on. I'm going to take off this 15-minute. We now know that we've refined our area of entry. And we're going to look inside of here for a short position. This is where management comes in. I have a statement that I often say, don't pay for the white space on the chart. So what I like to do is rather split my risk across two trades. That way I'm not covering the area that I don't believe the price will trade from, this area over here. Now you might say, it's only 1 or 2 pips. Well, change your lot size by changing your pip size. If you do position size management, something we also teach, you'll understand that 1 or 2 pips makes a big difference in your overall profitability based on position size management. You can keep your risk small by position sizing every trade correctly. So why are we looking for all the way down here? Well, again, just to recap on the 15-minute, we have failed to make new highs. Really, we wanted to see this area broken and this area reached, which has not occurred. So the moment we started breaking lows, which happened over there, we are now looking for lower pricing. So a rule to yourself in terms of mindset is you got to learn to be patient. You want to stay till the end because this is going to get good. You want to learn to be patient and you want to learn to follow the mindset rules. Remember, whenever you trade, it's about probabilities. You do not have to be right all the time. With a 1-to-4 risk to reward ratio and a 30% win rate, you will be just above break even, so you'll be profitable. It's about position sizing and having the correct strategy. So let's replay this out some more. Okay, so price comes up, and at that point it might feel like, you know what, this is a good point to jump in. It missed me. You guys know my rule. If it's not in the zone, we don't take the trade. And many a times this pays off. Right, so we wait. Okay, we get tagged in. We are now officially in this trade. This particular zone is still sitting and waiting just in case it tags us in. And the target remains the same. If we get all the way down to the bottom, that's 15 times your money. That's a 15 risk to reward ratio. Of course, you're not going to hold it all the way down. Let's kind of check where we are right now. Got to learn to take profits along the way. You cannot go broke taking profits, right? A good point to take some profit off would be that low. Every time you break a low, price tends to want to pull back a little bit. Or every time you break a high, price tends to want to pull back. So that'll be a good first take profit point. So you're looking at just over 4R there. Right? And then again, same principle. Every time you take a low, I'm going to remove this session opener. Every time you take a low, take another piece of profit. And the only low now left is this equal lows over there. And there you go. We shot beyond it. However, there was a 15R trade to our target. That's the point you close it, or you keep on a small piece of position that you have left over, depending on what lot size you started with. Remember, we teach one strategy that fits all markets. This is a forex trade at the moment, but you can do this on stocks. You can do this on cryptocurrency. You can do this literally on any market, options, futures. The market moves according to supply and demand. What you've seen now is a process. Key things to remember over here is you have to have the mindset that you need to be able to adjust. You have to have a strategy that fits all types of instruments, which is the multiplication aspect. And then you have to have management. How do you manage a trade, whether it be losing or winning? Well, in terms of loss, it's very simple. Just make sure your position sizing is correct. In terms of a winning trade, make sure that you take profits at logical points. And so as you can see, that's what played out. Why did we end up selling? Just to recap, well, price tried to make new highs 3 times and it kept failing. That in itself was not our indication yet to go for a sell. The indication to go for a sell really came in over here once price broke the last defensive point for the high. It was supposed to put in a new high over here, and it did not. And once that happened, it shows and indicates to us that supply is in control and demand is failing. And with that being said, mindset, multiplication, and management. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and join our tribe. And if you want to know more about us, go and have a look at kingdomdaytraders.com. We have a lot more to offer. If you're a student listening to this, I'd like you to comment as well if you've seen some value. If you're one of our students, I'll be posting this on YouTube and on our closed Facebook group. Once again, thank you, everyone. Thank you for spending some time getting to know the M3 strategy.